Hey developers! Today we're building a super simple to-do list app using React. If you're just getting started, this project is perfect for practicing hooks like useState. Let's dive in.
First, we'll use create React app to scaffold a new project. Type npx create React app, then the name of the app, which we'll call to-do-app. Hit enter. So this sets up everything we need to start coding. Once that is finished, now we move into the new project folder by typing cd. Let's clear the terminal first by typing clear, hit enter, then cd to do dash app to move into the new project folder. Then type npm start, hit enter, and run an npm. As you can see, npm start will launch the app in the browser, which I'm currently using Google Chrome, and it opens up in localhost 3000, and you'll see the default React logo spinning. So let's open the source app.js file. So here's the on my left side, you can see it's to do dash app. Inside is the source folder. We open that, and then we double click on the app.js file to see the app.js code. And let's start cleaning up the boilerplate. Let's delete everything inside the return statement of the app component. So this is the app component right here. And we'll start building from scratch. You can also delete the logo. So inside of the app.js file, let's import React from React. Let's not forget the hook statement. Just use state. Let's add some spacing like that. So we're importing the use state hook statement from React. So, well, in reality, it's just called the hook from React so we can manage our app's data. Now we need to declare inside of the app component to use the use state hook. I'm gonna do why don't we call them to dos instead? Set to dos, use state and array because we're gonna store a lot of to dos. Then we're gonna we're going to add another. We're going to use state again for the input value. Set input value equals use state. We can use single quotes, double quotes. Let's just use double quotes. So what this is doing is we're going to store our to-dos, and this is the array right here. This is a function that's going to set the to-dos, and the input value will track the text the users type in the input box, and this is going to set the input value inside of the use state. So our next step would be to create the add task function. This also needs to go inside of the app component. So underneath the use of the use state hook, we're going to add const add to do instead, just like that. If input value, if it exists, it exists, set to do. Let's open parentheses. So set to do's, open parentheses, square brackets, and don't forget to close square brackets, the closing parentheses, semicolon at the end. But let's write inside 3 dots, to do's, comma, input value, set input value with double quotes. Let me explain what this does. So this is a functionality to add new to-dos, like it's called add a new to-do. We're using the spread operator right here, these three dots, to copy the existing to-dos and add the new one at the end, which would come from the input value. And then we clear the input value right here because the input value will now be empty. Inside of the return statement of the app component, I'm gonna write in an order list, just like that, curly brackets, it's to-dos that map to do, just like that. We're gonna add a list item, key, index, just like that. Let me see. And we're gonna write to do. Okay, so to display the to-dos, we map over the to-dos array. So remember, the to-dos are right here. This is the array. We're gonna map over them. Just imagine the loop. We're using the loop to go to through each to-do and return a list item, which is right here, for each to-do. And don't forget to add a key prop. So React needs the key prop to track which items change. Above the unordered list, let's add the following. Well, let's first add the, what's it called? The div element. Let's move this up just like that. And we're going to add the input like this. Input, self-closing input. Then we're going to add the attributes. The value will obviously will be the input value. On change, we're going to set the new input value just like that. And placeholder, enter a new to-do. Let's save that. So this is a simple input box that updates our input state as we type. Let's not forget the button. This is not self-closing. When we click on this button, what's it gonna do? It's gonna add the to-do. It's gonna use the add to-do functionality, which is obviously gonna add the to-do to the to-dos array. Let's not forget the add to-do text of the button. So we wrap everything in a div, like I said, let's not forget that. And we're done. We now have a functional to-do list app in React. Let's take a look at it in the browser. So I don't know, let's add a new to-do. This is a new to-do. Click the button, there we go. Need to pick up groceries. There we go. Wash the car. Had to do. As you can see, it's working properly. So this is a to-do app, to-do list app. So there's many other things we can do, right? We can add the delete functionality. So you could start with something like this. cons to do, remove to do, and I'm using a certain AI, which is suggesting all this, the content of this functionality. But one of them would be to delete to-dos and even cross off um, to-dos that I've already done. So let me know in the comments if you want me to add those, or just make suggestions as to what other things we can add. Obviously, this needs some styling. It's not looking great, but the main functionality is working. That's what's important of first learning to use React. So don't forget to like and subscribe to Developer Gus for more beginner-friendly React projects.